We go to the second map of Bounty Hunters. In the top left, Alpha X Astrea, and in the bottom right, Shopify Rebellion, Scarlett. Scarlett feels that hers is practically impossible to win with. Astrea, on the other hand, tried to kind of cinch his way around his one. And I guess we've got those on screen, so let's announce them. Harass with 2 Warp Prisms filled with Archons at once. Astrea has to go for a double-double. That is right. 2 Warp Prisms, 4 Archons. Scarlett has to have at least 5 Overlords filled with Hydras harassing. Now, that doesn't have to...
at one time?
I mean, it could be at different times as well. But 5 Overlords in different places. So basically, she's got to try and do some mobile harassment with a Hydra-based army. A lot of people are saying it's way too hard. I think people are massively underestimating the power of the Hydra drop. But who knows? Maybe Astrea is just way too good. We'll find out, won't we? If this one is actually a bit too unfair, as chat seems to think, as does Scarlett, then we'll definitely balance things out in the follow-up. But a lot of people are saying that the Scarlet's is way too hard, Overlords are too slow, Hydra drops are bad, Hydras suck. Maybe I'm overestimating the Hydra drop here. I feel like a Hydra style is really good versus someone who's opened up with the double Archon drop. But we'll see exactly how Scarlett gets to it and how it balances out, guys.
Just do 2 Overlords.
Just do 2 Overlords?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell her.
We are adjusting. Only need 2 Obies filled with Hydras, not 5. That should be seen by her. I think. Just checking. Scarlet, Soar, bounty adjustment. I think 2 still creates the same fun. Good luck, good luck. Awesome. All right, we're gonna make that a little bit easier. It's gonna be harassed with 2 Overlords rather than 5. 5 was probably a bit too much. You guys are right, okay? You guys are right. Hydra drops can be super legit, but forcing her to go a full 5, maybe a few too many. Fine. This is still something which is going to be a little bit less than optimal for both of them. It can work incredibly well for both players, but forcing it to happen is always a little bit bad. Dot is negging me in the chat saying, I'm bad at creating bounties. Your face is bad at creating bounties, chat. Honestly, you guys don't even know how good Hydra drops are. Hydras are literally Marines, but you can build them 20 at a time without a barracks because Zerg is Imba. They do cost three times as much as a Marine, and they do slightly less damage, but shh. Okay? Shh. I know how to balance these show matches, Twitch chat, internet. Come on. Yeah, okay, fair enough. 5 was too many, that's all good. Okay, so we're gonna try and see, basically, so what I wanted to do with this challenge, and to talk you guys through it, is I wanted Scarlett to stay away from Spire, because Spire would just ruin a double Archon drop too bad. You get like 12 mutas out, you shut down the Warp Prisms, they've already invested so much in Robo and Twilight, they're screwed, number 1. I also felt that, well, if you're doing Hydra drops and they go Void Rays, it's gonna be bloody useless as well, isn't it? Right? Unless you completely outposition them. So the reason I've matched these 2 challenges is I feel like it's going to allow both of them to be very ground-based armies clashing, moving around the map, and lots of drops happening as well, which neither of them has a complete shutdown on the opponent's drops, because you're going charge, you're going to go Archon drops, she's going Hydras, neither of those is going to be able to just snap drops out of the sky super easily, you know? You're going to have to actually be in position and that sort of stuff. So this is the way it is. We've got a couple of Zealots coming forward as well. Roach Warren is on the way as well there. Scarlett is going to be going towards that 3rd base. So she sees this is looking like a ground-based play. Double gas goes down there. Astrea's going to go Templar Archives with this, guys. Ah, so this actually makes a lot of sense. So basically, because he's going to do a charge lot pressure, right? So he's doing 4-gate, 7 charge pressure. So he's going to go with 7 charge lots. Oh, looks like just 6 for now. Maybe one of his gateways wasn't ready. So he's hitting with 7 charge lots at 4 minutes 40. This is like a modified Glaver depth pressure. But if you think about it, what's really cool is this spends no gas. And then he goes for the later Archons, but he goes for it with the Templar Archives. So they're more efficient Archons in terms of expenditure, but they cost so much gas. So you need to go only mineral units to make up for that. He does pull back to the corner. Ooh, I would love to see him save some of those Zealots there. She does get the surround. Very nicely done by Scarlett. She gets a really good fight. That was very nice for her. Astrea definitely overcommitting. So something that you learn with the Zealot pressure kind of like Glaive Adepts, is you don't want to overcommit with it. But obviously the Zealots, they hit harder than the Adepts. They also don't have the shade to get out of trouble. So you got to be a little bit more careful. He's going to try and clean up creep now. He's going Forge behind this and banking up that gas, getting ready for the next step. He does have a second Warp Prism out that's coming out now. Scarlett's going to see it, I think. Ooh, warping in 2 Archons on the front. He's looking to be aggressive and in her face, both of them, on similar economies. The question for Astrea is, how does he secure a 3rd base behind this? Scarlett, she's going lair. She's trying to get that economy up. She's going to drop down a Hydra Den and go for OV speed once she gets that lair, no doubt. But in the meantime, she's just trying to defend and hang on. He's got an Archon drop. He's going to go towards the north, looking for the creep. He's got to be careful. She's got a lot of queens and a lot of creep. But Astrea, Archon's very good versus Zerglings and queens. The Roaches, though, will help deal with them. Ooh, good micro by Scarlett. But Astrea as well, and he's going to be getting enough gas for those Archons in the bottom soon. He's got some Zealots defending a 3rd. He's building an Immortal and +1. He doesn't want to go all in on rushing the Archon drops, so he's just kind of chilling for now. And I think economically, this could be okay for Astrea, but losing those early Zealots has given Scarlett the comfort to drone this 3rd base. So that fight going in Scarlett's favor has definitely made things very, very awkward. And she's going for Hydra Den right now. No OV speed on the way just yet. She's probably going to go for that in the near future. He's made one more Archon. He's spending so much gas on Immortals to try and defend what he thinks might be an incoming Roach Assault, right? So because of that, the double-double isn't quite ready just yet. Ooh, her queens are on the defense. She's up on 66 drones. She's trying to go for this front 4th here on Berlingrad versus Astrea. Astrea's up there in the top as well. Archon will be morphing in shortly. He hasn't hit it just yet. Okay, he's going to join Zealots up. Ah, here we go. Observer there, pulling back. She's going Roach Hydra off 66 drones, which is a very safe style. So I think Astrea is going to need to kind of poke in and then get the heck out of dodge. I think Scarlett's got such a big army right now that he's got to poke in and actually then say, okay, I've tried to do the double drop at once. And he's doing it. He's doing it. Okay, he's going for the bounty, guys. He's coming into the main base. The one in the 3rd is going to go in and drop there as well. Scarlett's a little out of position, but look at that spawning pool. It stops the Archons from moving into the mineral line. Oh, gets the Archons out. Archons behind the 3rd, though. At the same time, the double comes in. And Zealot Immortal on the front. But the Zealot Immortal is a distraction. I love the way Astrea always does that. And he has completed the bounty, guys. Harassing with 2 Warp Prisms filled with Archons at once. And he does find a little bit of damage, a bit of chaos. He's going to go back in the main as well. He's trying to go Robo Bay behind it, which is absolutely the right move. Trying to, of course, get up that anti-mass Roach Hydra play. The Disrupt is just going to be absolutely stellar in that situation. He's got to be careful now, though, because she's so turtled up with Spores, Roaches, Hydras on both sides. These Archons may need to recall home at some point. So very well played there by Astrea. He's completed his challenge. Scarlett's getting OV speed. She's got a massive Roach Hydra. Now she's focusing on trying to get those Hydra drops going. But it looks like she might be doing this as an all-in because she's getting close to maxed on 72 workers only. Oh, she's going to go Nidus Worm as well. She's going to all-in. Okay, guys, she is going to drop in the main. And then she is going to also Nidus to reinforce. She's going completely all-in on Roach Hydra. She's going to try and swamp him. Now, he's recalled 1 Prism home. Oh, my lord. Disruptors are actually the most important thing right here. I think this is a wise tech choice. If he can get a few Disruptors out, that will win the game. She's making 6 Overlords right now. I told her she only needs 2. But she's like, F it. I'm going to go for 6. That means I get triple the bounty. Right, pig? I'm like, that's not how it works, Skull, but I love the all-in. You know, one of my favorite matches of all time, I did a Roach drop into a Nidus Reinforce, an old Jadong strategy, to all-in a Terran player. And this can work really well. I mean, it's so committed, but you can drop in for the first wave and then reinforce with the next wave. But look at this. She didn't have map control, and Astrea's going to run in and kill some hatcheries and try to get out of there. Will he be able to get out of there? The Prism escapes with the Archons. The army on the left, I think... Oh, look at that. He's going to send another Prism with Zealots in the main. He is abusing the multi-prong. He's like, well, if I have 2 Warp Prisms, I mean, I've got to use them, right? I'm going to keep hitting from multiple sides. He's going to try to pull back on the left side and see if he can do it. She's trying to get that drop going towards the main, but it's taken her a little bit long. You know, these Archons have pinned her back for a little bit. And so she's found it's been a long time to get there. Now, she could still just go like Hive and stuff, but the timing there, him catching her at that moment has honestly, he's just totally sucked the danger out of her drop. He's totally sucked it out. If she was just doing a bit of Hydra harass while going Lurkers and Hive, it would be okay, but she's doing this as plan B. That infestation pit's going down now. Is it going to be enough, though? She's going to drop. Okay, she's dropping the third base, and she's going to drop the main. Cannon battery with overcharge could defend that. If he overcharges it quick enough, that cannon, if it goes down... Ooh, that's going to be a lot of probes going down there. And she's dropping the main base, and he's counterattacking with Zealot Archon, and he's warping Zealots in. Yes! This is exactly what I wanted! Shit's hitting the fan! This is what I dreamt of when I came up with this challenge! This is exactly what I wanted! I can't believe it's working! Yes! Roaches and Hydras in every base! Zealots and Archons in multiple bases as well! Disruptor's trying to clean it up! The Nidus is there! She's gonna lose some of the Roach Hydra, but she's already killed so many probes, but she's lost a lot of drones as well! And we've got the Roach Hydra clearing out his third base. This is absolute madness right now, as the Zealots are in the main and the natural. I don't know who's going to win out. He's cleaning up the Roach Hydra very efficiently. I think it might be time for her to back out and kind of pull back for a moment. Oh, if only she kept some of those drops alive, that would have been really, really big. So at the end of it, she loses 24, he loses 34. They're at similar economy, but I think he has a more army standing. Yeah, he's got more army, and it's Mass Disruptor. If she can get Vipers, it might be okay. But I feel like if she just had a few Hydras back here and she could keep redropping these mineral lines, it would be really hard for Astrea to counter. As it is, oh, they're both pushing. He's pushing down the bottom. She's pushing through the middle. He cleans up her Nidus Worm. I think she should avoid the army, but she's gonna have to tap there. And she does tap out with the GG. Both players completing their bounty, though, and we do get an insanely action-packed game. GG, well played. Astrea does, like I said, he took the knife edge out of her build by having those two attacks hit right when she wanted to get her drop and Nidus going. GG, well played. All right, guys, into the next map. And unfortunately, this player up here in the top right did misunderstand her challenge adjustment in the last game. So we've said, okay, we're going to tone things down a little bit and make it more attainable and give you all some easy challenges throughout the game. In the top right, it's Shopify Rebellion's Scarlett. And in the bottom left, we've got Alpha X Astrea, who's done very well, and we've seen him kind of smiling and having a bit of a giggle. He's a very creative player, so I guess it makes sense that he's flowing so well with these challenges. Speaking of which, Dot, which challenges do we have for both of these players? That's right, so these ones can easily be blended into a normal build. Now, for Astrea, sorry, it's going to be pop, but we've got those the wrong way around, Dot.
Oh, shit.
That's cool. Dot's going to fix that up. Guys, basically, Astrea has to hallucinate 5 warp prisms at different times in the game and send them across, pretending, oh, look, here's a warp prism coming to harass your main base. Ooh. And Scarlett has to do 5 empty Nidus Worms. Now, they can do this off a 3+ base economy. It's huge, right? It's a huge economy, okay? So it's not expensive. The whole point is she has to make a Nidus, never put anything in it, and just pop Nidus Worms in the corner of the base or the back of the map. So he keeps hearing the roar, and he freaks out and goes, what the shit is happening? And then she's just like, no, I mean, I've literally just spent a few hundred minerals and gas, and that's like, and I'm otherwise doing a normal build. So and he's going to invest a few hundred gas in the sentries as well. So they're both investing in a little bit in basically pretending they're doing things that they're not actually committing to at all. And we're seeing if either of them takes the bait or panics or freaks out. And of course, like I said, this could be layered into a completely normal build order. So I even said to both of them, like, you guys can play totally solid build orders. There's no timer on when you do this, you know, as long as you get it done before the game's over, essentially. And of course, we're going to also throw some other ones in as well. So we're going to just say, nice easy challenge there for Astrea. We've really got to get pro players to do more spray tagging the ground. There we go. That was about the easiest bounty ever. And of course, we can also get Scarlett to BM him in a little bit as well, or something like that. We've got a few different things we could do. Maybe we'll wait till after she wins a fight or something. Actually, you know what? If she can dance an Overlord in Vision, she gets another 20 bucks as well. I don't know if she'll bother there with the sentry, but Okay, so we're letting Scarlett know if she dances any unit in vision of Astrea, she gets it. So we'll see exactly how it goes. So is Scarlett not getting the challenges? What's going on? How is she not understanding this? I said dance your Overlord in vision. So she just said, yeah, she didn't get the first message. The dance Overlord in vision. Okay, go. I don't know what has gone on with our Blizzard messaging here. In-game. But that first message that said it whispered to her apparently did not whisper to her. And it keeps saying I've got like a social setting on, which I don't. So I think it's they have social settings on, but I'm friends with both of them. So I don't know why it keeps popping up with that warning. And we'll see exactly what goes on. That's why I'm thinking she didn't get the other message in the previous game. And I was like, you got the adjustment to the bounty, right? And I think she just tabbed out, saw the initial bounty, and was like, yeah, I see it. And I was like, what? So we've had a bit of confusion. Astrea is going mass sentry. Oh, he's straight up trolling. I said you could do this with a normal build. Astrea's like, no, I'm playing mass sentry zealot, bro. What? He's so hard trying to hit the challenge. This is actually insane. I'm messaging two different Scarlett. There's only one Rebellion Scarlett, guys. There's no second Scarlett. That's crazy. Anyways. Oh, okay. That does go down there. I don't know. We'll check it, guys. We'll see how it works. 1, 2, 3. Is that number 3? That's number 3. Now, the goal was to trick her. This is blatantly obvious. She's not falling for this. I think we're going to count it because obviously, like, forcing the trick doesn't matter. And the fact that he's massing sentries is Chad as all hell. I don't think this is the very convincing sort of trick, though. I think this is the sort of one that is so unconvincing. It is ridiculous. Astrea's like, hey, look, here's 4 fake prisms. Why would she get scared after the first one says shit? Well, that's the whole point. Is you meant to just fly it along the edge and wait in the dead space or something and then fly it in and out of vision sort of thing. You're not meant to actually fly it into their army. But guys, this is actually doing damage. She's been so greedy. But she's got roaches coming out and sentries don't do damage. Astrea here is like, I'm gonna hit the bounty and then just friggin' headbutt you, and he's gonna quickly recall. If he doesn't recall now, he could be in big trouble. Slow zealots plus force fields, apparently very good units. What the hell is going on right now? Astrea is the ultimate troll, and he's bringing out a mass sentry stalker zealot ability. Okay, here we go. Stalker sentry zealot as well. And okay, Overlord does go down. And there we go. Okay, Stalker's coming on back. Zealot Sentry Stalker coming on in. He's going to try and get in there and cause some damage. Remember, he's only on 2 base. She's on 3. If she gets that Roach speed out, if she can survive with the Queen Roach, Astrea is in huge trouble. He's trying to go Blink +1 attack. He desperately needs a 3rd base, and he's going to move out to take one now. He's going to take the triangle 3rd on the left side. And he sees that 4th base. Yet another. I think that's is that number 5, guys? Has anyone in chat been keeping count? I think that's number 5 Warp Prism there. And the 5th Warp Prism does indeed complete the challenge. So well done, Astrea. I was like, do a normal build and just mix some hallucinated Warp Prisms in at certain times to force them to move their army around to respect it. And Astrea said, no, I'm going to do a Sentry Zealot push, do a surprising amount of damage, actually trade efficiently, keep the Sentries alive to join up with Blink Stalkers later, and we're just going to, oh, check it out. Now I've got a real Warp Prism. She'll never believe it. Look at this. She's going to be like, oh, another one? Really, Astrea? This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then, bam, 4 Stalkers are going to pop out. The highest damage unit in the game. They're going to kill at least 1 drone. This is going to be devastating. Scarlett is going to get absolutely annihilated by that 4 Stalker drop. You guys just watch. Oh. Here we go. Stalker's coming on in again. And Stalker's going to focus down the drones as well. Now, okay, here we go. The hallucination does go down in the back. Interesting to see quite a few people saying that the Zerg challenge is much harder again. The Zerg challenge is much harder. I think there's a bunch of Zerg players who are inflexible tryhards, and they're watching the creative genius Astrea unlock his challenges with ease. whilst people are like, oh, Zerg has to, you need to make 80 drones and sit there, and you can't. A Nidus worm, it costs money. Get out of here, chat. Astrea is a creative genius. He just did a Sentry Zealot push, and you're saying his challenge is easier? What are you talking about? He's flowing right now. Astrea just happens to be more North American than Scarlett. She's a bit too much of an EU tryhard. She's like, I want to play a normal game of StarCraft. And to be fair, she's played a completely normal game of StarCraft right now. Squeezing a Nidus in costs her so little off this 3-base economy. And there we go. The first Nidus pops up. She's going to actually use it to block a base, funnily enough. And you know what's great? She's built a few swarm hosts. But the whole point is you're not meant to actually use the Nidus worm. So is she just going to run swarm hosts across the map? He's cleaned up the first Nidus worm. So it was in a position where he saw it. She didn't throw it up in the corner of the map, which I think actually puts him at ease a little more because he could find that one easier. The Stalker harassment is actually killing a lot. Her Zergling's not able to kill too much on that base. This 4 Stalker drop, the one real Prism, absolutely deadly. That's the third Nidus worm here.
Is it the third?
Yeah. Dot, please just speak. Please don't just point at things at the monitor. Please just speak. I love you being part of the broadcast next to me, Dot. It's so much less awkward if you don't just silently point at the screen. Thank you very much. The Swarm hosts are going to throw the Locusts in towards the natural. The Locusts coming in there as well. And they're not going to find too much. So she actually, that Nidus, wait, she popped Swarm hosts out. That doesn't count. That's only number 2 Nidus because she popped units out of it. This is the fake number 3. That's fake number 4, assuming she doesn't pop anything out of it. And it does get blasted by the Disruptor. She's active with her Roaches right now. And she's going to go forward with the Roach Ravager, looking for some damage. She's on a very low economy, though. Scarlett trying to force the issue with this one. So she's going quite committed with these challenges. So she's doing fake Niduses into real Nidus Swarm hosts. This strategy, I don't think this makes sense in terms of the challenge and the context of it. Because to do a fake Nidus into a real Nidus, it kind of makes sense in theory, kind of like the fake Warp Prism into the real Warp Prism. But it's so committed with the Swarm hosts that she's missed out on her first few waves. There we go. Ooh, she gets a lot of probes down. Okay, she finds the damage. Ooh, Disruptor does shave off some Roaches. She's finally found some damage there, though. 15 probes, very important. I think has she hit 4 or 5 Niduses? I believe it's been 4 because she's popped Swarm hosts out of a few. She needs one more Nidus that pops no units to make sure she counts. That one does die. Here she pops units out. I think she needs one more to technically tick off the challenge, guys. So she's trying to make this into a real threat. She's on a pretty low economy, though. She's going to try and transition Lurkers, but she's doing it off a very low economy. So she's going to be going budget Lurkers in this game. She does have a Hive, though. Ooh, the Locusts! The Locusts are actually going to break through! Astrea's taken so much damage. And look, she hold positions. Those Locusts, they're going to kill a lot of probes in that mineral line. Those 2 Locusts are going ham! 7 probes go down, and she's popping one more Nidus at home just to make sure she ticks this challenge off. And with this resounding screech, Scarlett is going to hit her bounty. There we go. Now, she needs to drone up a little bit more because she's actually way ahead. But if she keeps massing Roaches, she's going to have to be kind of all in. She's got a Hive, so Vipers would actually probably checkmate Astrea right now if she could get a few Abducts. But he's getting time to get the Templar Archive, so I think that tech advantage might be slipping away. She's droning back up here in the follow-up of this. And, oh, she's just popping Niduses. Like, this is beyond Rogue style, guys. She is popping so many Niduses everywhere. Okay. And the Locusts are going to go down as well. It's going to get the Stalkers. Oh, okay. The Roach is going to go on that Stalker as well. A few people in chat confused. How would a Nidus at home scare the opponent? Well, the thing is, you don't know where their Nidus is. If you don't know where the Nidus is, it's the scariest kind of Nidus. It's the same thing with a nuke. If you don't know where a nuke is, but you've heard the alert, you're looking around going, where is it? Where is it? It's the same with a Nidus one. You're going, where the shit is it? So if you can just, you know, especially if you've got a forward army being scary, denying any vision at all, they keep thinking, oh my god, they're going to be hitting it. And this is actually going to be, you know, massive if you can just keep scaring them. Now, at this point, just putting Niduses everywhere, this is giving Swarm host mobility, which is pretty sick. But the Stalker squad of Astrea catches him, and he gets a few of her Passion hosts. Oh, that's some very nice sniping. But look at this, an Archon gets caught by the Roaches. Oh, she's got to be careful. Get out of there, Scarlett. Oh, the Stalkers come after them. Nice Biles. Yeah, she gets an Observer, a few Stalkers. Oh, the Flanky ball. Flanky ball. Flanky ball snaps Scarlet's roaches off there. The Zergling's coming from behind as well. Stalker's from behind the mineral line. And the Stalker Disruptor Archon coming in from the front as well. Okay, here we go. They're going to move to the right side. And the whole point here, guys, was this was meant to be a competitive match, but we're going to put the players in the Chaos Zone a bit and force them to adapt to very unfamiliar scenarios. And oh, big abducts! But one big disruptor does get in, but it actually wasn't that big. If Scarlett can bring the rest of her army over and use a defensive Locust Wave, I think she clears this. Astrea is pretty all in with this push, and she has just enough roaches to hold. And holding that base is huge. She cuts off the front of that army. She's got a Nidus Worm to counterattack with as well. So if he starts walking home, she literally can hop in her Nidus and beat him to his own base. Get in the Nidus! Get in the Nidus! Pop out down here! You know you want to, Scarlett. Yes, yes, yes! Come on, come on! Okay, she doesn't want to risk it. She is way ahead now at this point. 3 Vipers, mass roaches, some Swarmos, some Hydras. I'm very happy that Scarlett found her way back in this game. I actually think Astrea was ahead. Maybe not after the initial sentry pressure, but in the follow-up. And her first few Nidus Worms kind of gassing out and not doing anything. At this point, we're going to ask... Did Scarlett dance yet, guys? Did she dance? I didn't see any unit dance. Okay, she's killing stuff. Obviously, she can't dance right now. She abducts a Disruptor, an Archon in, and a more... Oh, she's killing all the power units. The ball for Astrea answers with a big shot. But that is going to be a killer. And both of them hit their challenge. Scarlett, though, takes the map. She danced her roaches earlier. What time? Does anyone remember what time, guys? I missed it because I'm a noob. What time did she dance the roaches? We're going to find it real quick. Probably... It was after she held the last push. Oh, at her triangle third. Okay. Okay, it was up here. It was this hold. Okay. Yeah. He pushes in. This is his last-ditch desperation push after he catches her with the disruptor shot. So apparently up here she danced. So this looked really scary, right? So Astrea gets kind of baited in there, but then her Reinforce and her Locust came down. And she danced! And Scarlett picks up the extra bounty there as well. As Astrea also picking up the bounty just for dropping some spray tags in her face in the start of the early game. We're just trying to encourage players to play a bit different and to do some subtle BM to each other because they just don't do enough, guys.